Hi everyone. I'm sitting outside in the sun soaking up some rays, and I was reading an incredible section that is so key to your Course in Miracles. And the first thing it says is projection makes perception, right? The action of the projection of your mind, projecting things outside of you, right, makes perception. It's the cause of perception, right? We're so used that we're perceiving things, but perceiving things as outside of yourself is not your natural state. It's not outside of you. It says here, the world you see is what you gave it, nothing more than that. I love that. It's nothing more than what you told it that it should be. But though it is not more than that, it is not less. Therefore, to you, it is important. Now, listen to this because here's the kicker. It is the witness to your state of mind, the outside picture of an inward condition. The world you see is a picture or a witness to your state of mind. Think about that for a second. Let that sink in. Look at this world. Look at the wars and the famine and the separate bodies walking around in it, right? Getting old, sick, and die. The famine, the suffering. And now think about that's a witness to your state of mind, right? And then tell me that there isn't a necessity to change your mind, right? Because once you accept that, once you accept yourself as the cause of what you see, correct, you'll admit, and this is where many of you are, right, in your awakening, there is a necessity to change your mind, right? It says, as a man thinketh, so does he perceive. Therefore, and this is key, seek not to change the world, but choose to change your mind about the world. I love that. Seek not to change the world because the world is an effect. It is not a cause. It's not causing you. You're not part of some world outside of you. The world is in your mind. So yeah, there's no chance. There's no sense in changing the world. We've all at some point in our sojourn felt a need to change the world. Correct? Save this, save that. The problem is it's an effect. You're not going to change anything, right? Solve one problem and another thousand pop up, right? It's a witness to your state of mind. That's what it is. Not more, not less, right? So yeah, there is a necessity to change the world, to change your mind about the world, correct? That's it. So what happens if you change your mind about the world? What happens if you forgive the world? What happens if you accept a different thought system? Well, many of you have had this experience where for a moment that world that seems so solid, that seems so real, right? Because it does seem real to you, let's face it. Maybe for a moment revealed what is behind it. And that can happen in many ways. The world of light and love that really is surrounding you, right? That is real. That reminds you of before time was and after time is over. If you've had that experience, then you know what I'm talking about, and that it cannot be captured in words. That it's so overwhelming, and yet so somehow familiar and brand new, that it's impossible to express it in words because we're talking about an experience. That is something that's not from here, right? That's from beyond this world. And yet it's all around you, it's always there. But the veil, right, the projection, your constant action of mind of projecting everything out there keeps it hidden for you. And yet one moment of forgiveness will reveal it to you. What an amazing idea. It says perception is a result and not a cause. This is a fact. You can try to change the world, but the world is an effect. You can't change an effect because in order to change an effect, you got to change its cause, and its cause is in your mind. And that is why order of difficulty in miracles is meaningless. Everything looked upon with vision is healed and holy. Nothing perceived without it means anything. And where there is no meaning, there is chaos. Right? Lesson number 1, nothing I see means anything. Right? The world you see doesn't mean anything because it's a picture of what is not so. Right? It's an amazing idea. It's nothing new, Eastern religion has been telling you this for eons, right? At least centuries. Science is catching up to that fact now that, according to quantum theory, right, the world is simply the collapse of the wave particle, right? The wave into a particle, right? That literally the perceiver and what he perceives are one. That through the action of perception, right, the wave collapses to a particle, and this is the results. But no matter how you want to look at it, it's finally the experience that brings the certainty, that brings the conviction, right? I mean, I can tell you about it. You may like it or not, but truly, what brings the conviction is if you have the experience for yourself. Then you'll go, now I know what you're talking about. Because the experience doesn't reflect the word. Words are cheap, right? Words are just words, they're meaningless. But the experience is completely overwhelming. Right? And then you find yourself back here, and now what? Right? You've had a glimpse of what lies beyond. What are you going to do with that? Are you going to continue with the old, or do you go like, I want more of that? It reveals me that this is not so, and that I can have an experience of what lies beyond, and that's what I want, because that brought me happiness, that brought me peace, right? I'm not telling you that you have to make any big changes in your life. You can make whatever changes you want. Changes are not in your life, may happen, but they're not required. What is required is that you change your mind. Right? This kind of refers back to the manual for teachers of A Course in Miracles, but this is true. Some of you may have changed your life drastically after having the experience. Others of you may not. But truly, it doesn't matter. Right? What matters is that you change your mind. What an amazing idea, that the world is only a projection of your mind. Read this if you have a moment. This is from chapter 21, Reason and Perception. It's stunningly beautiful. I love you. Have a great, great day wherever, whenever you are. And I'll see you everywhere.